All right, guys, let's check out some of these new Seiko 5 Sports ssk GMT SKX style watch. I would have never guessed this in a million years. What a great time to be in the hobby, guys. We have some amazing options, and this is a classic case of it right here, just within an individual brand. I mean, Seiko is going to be, a big dog in that category for sure. So I shouldn't be surprised when they do things like this, but I kind of am. So very cool model. We're just going to get this one started up. This is the blue one. This is the ssk003. And it's going to be a little hard to catch the bezel. I guess not. You can kind of see it there. It's black on top and blue on the bottom. It's a bidirectional bezel. Case size on all three of these are going to be the same. 42.5 millimeter wide. 46 lug to lug. You have the drilled lugs. It's about 13.9 millimeter thick. That's not including the date magnifier. 22 millimeter lug width, and the Jubilee style bracelet tapers down to 18 millimeter. And you have a standard clasp here. I'll show you more on the orange one because it's not wrapped up. These were all sent in from Memo's jewelry. I'll put a link to his website in the description. If you use the code word, you can get a discount. So I'll provide that information. So the blue one and the black one, I think, are going to be more timeless, more classic. I'm sure we're going to see more colorways as well. But the main thing is they did it. So they created a new movement. It's a 4R34. So it is a four-handed movement with a date. Basically, go wild from there. Now, it is a caller's GMT, not a traveler's GMT. And we'll go through the functions on that, and I'll try to explain that so you understand that a little bit better. Before we do that, I also want to point out that Loomshot actually made a great video for all the modders out there. If you're curious to know like what the options are as far as modding, like for SKX to the SSK to the 5KX, all of that stuff, you do have some options for sure. And the mod community is going to support, more parts that will work within these. Or I think Loomshot pretty much pointed out the best option at this point anyway is to just take whatever you got out of here and swap it over to an SKX style case and create something that is going to use the parts that already exist. Don't wait for the aftermarket. So I think that's probably the best option as well. So you have a friction fit bidirectional movement here, or bezel, excuse me, with a 24-hour thing on there. So you have black up top, blue on the bottom. On the black one, you have the black up top, and then you have like it's more of a gray, but when you hit the light just right, it just looks like polished, like chrome or something. But it's a gray, and then kind of the same thing with the orange one. It almost looks like it's a single tone, but when you get it just right, it's actually a silver or a reflective type material, and that happens just because it's like a Hardlex inlay over top of the numbers, and I'll hopefully be able to show that when we zoom in a little bit better. So if we pop the crown out all the way, it'll stop the movement, and then we can adjust the time all the way around, and as you will see, everything lines up really close. I think the hands might be off just a touch, but that is a concern when you're dealing with more hands in the stack and mass production and stuff like that, but that's really close. So you get your date change there. We'll go to the safe zone here. I usually like to go to like 6:30. And then now if you go to the first position, this is where you can adjust the GMT hand. It goes forward only, it doesn't go backward. So if you spin the crown the opposite way, that's how you get your quick set date change. So there's that. I think that's kind of a bummer. It would have been nice to see the independent jumping hour, like the Citizen Miota movement that's coming out. What is it? The I forget the model number on it. But anyway, it's going to be more of a traveler's GMT jump hour. So like some of the big dogs do, like the Tudor Pro. Okay, well, let me just show you, because I can't just talk about it while wearing it and then not show you. So what I mean by that, in case you don't know, is if I unscrew this crown here, the first position you're going to be able to wind. Of course, you can wind the Seiko too, but now when I pop it out one position, now I can jump So without upsetting the timekeeping function, I can reset the hour hand, and that's for when I travel, you know, time zones, both forward or backward. So I can do that. But that's the downside of that is I don't have a quick set date function. So now if I want to change the date, I have to go all the way around, and then, so you can imagine that could be cumbersome if you're like way far away from what the date is actually at. So anyway, that's just a quick little side story on that. So other than that, I think it's a home run. I think it's a great watch. Let's zoom in on all three of these so we can get a closer look. The orange one is the one that I actually purchased. Absolutely beautiful watch. Of course, I love my orange watches. I have the Orange Monster. I've had, actually, my first automatic dive watch was the Seiko ssk001, which kind of reminds me of this, where it has the gold tone on the hour and minute hand and the markers out here. So this one kind of reminds me of that one for sure. Nice job on the bracelet. It has solid end links, display case back, and then the clasp is a very simple standard Seiko for micro adjust, double pusher, all that good stuff. Pretty easy to size up. I think it was split pin if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just a split pin design, so really easy to size up. And the friction is just about where you'd want it on a watch up like this. So here's a closer look at the black one. Of course, we have some lint on there. Let's get that off there real quick so you can kind of see the inlay. It's all Hardlex crystal. You get the red GMT hand on this one and with the blue one. The blue one, I could see the blue one being really popular. The blue is a nice dark blue, so it almost looks black in most cases. But the black is going to be very timeless for sure. So whichever colorway you get, I think you're going to be happy with it. And like I said, they're going to do other colors, guys. They're going to run this thing. And you might even see this movement in other watches maybe later. But I think it's smart to just keep it in this style case. But it's very comfortable. I mean, if you're used to wearing SKX, I mean, even Turtles, I mean, gasp, will they do a GMT Turtle at some point? I mean, is that a possibility? Sure, they have the movement. Why would they not consider it? You know, limited, special, something like that. Will the Clockwork Republic system work on the new... there's some subtle differences. I'm going to try that. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I am going to try that. I hope that it fits because it works in the 5KX as well. So let's kill the lights. Check the lume on this. Retail price, $475. Like I said, you're going to probably get it like a 10% discount if you look across the board. 100-meter water resist. You don't need a screw-down crown. Everyone's freaking out about that. Just be happy we have what we have here, guys. These are awesome watches. If you want to build one up and mod one, you can do that too because the parts are interchangeable. You could use a stem and crown, get a different case, and you can thread it down, do your own water test and everything like that, and you'd be good to go. So 7mm crown on that. I know I didn't cover that in the sizes, and it weighs in at 150 gram, sized up for me. And you get the excellent Seiko lume, and it is on all hands and all indexes, so it's clearly legible. Excellent design, well done watch, under the $500 price point. I got nothing to be mad about, guys. I'm happy that I picked one up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.